Hello, this is Ubuntu, and welcome to another episode of my Let's Play series of the Technic SSP mod pack for Minecraft 1.2.5. I made a big mistake last time that I recorded an episode. I recorded a whole episode for episode 14, I think it would be, and I was really tired and thought I had uploaded it because I like named it and everything, but I guess I didn't upload it or something happened, but it's gone now. So fortunately though, I still have like the world as of the end of that episode saved off, and the world after that had been modified with some changes that I was going to make between that episode and the next one. So there's a lot that changed between what you're seeing here and the latest state of this world. And so for this episode, I'm going to stay in this older version, and I'll try to recap as much as I went over in the episode that got lost, and then I'll make the next episode picking up where that lets off. Picking up where all of the progress and like latest changes are currently saved off. So anything that I do in this episode will not be saved. I'll just be using this older save to kind of bring you guys up to speed with what happened. So yeah, the episode before what you're seeing here, which was episode 13, I think. Oh, this must have been almost done. Sorry, so yeah, episode 13, we wrapped up where we got flight using the Swiftwolf's Rendingale ring from Equivalence Exchange 2. And that is going to make the game so much nicer because just like in creative, when you're flying around, you have a lot easier time building things and navigating places, and it's just so much faster too. And for anyone not familiar, the Swiftwolf Rendingale, I can't bring up the recipe right now. Interesting. It uses 4 dark matter, so it's not like the cheapest thing in the world. It's kind of a mid-tier ring. Or a mid-game ring. There's stuff that's a little bit later that uses red matter that is really OP, and I don't know if I'm even going to go that route because it's kind of like after you have that, there's no point in doing some things from the other mods. But this ring is just going to make the game so much more fun, and it's going to make modifications to my base and stuff a lot more easy to accomplish. It also negates fall damage, so that is pretty cool. I don't have to worry about fall damage anymore unless I fall in lava or something, or into the void in a Mystcraft age that has that. Something to keep in mind, guys. If you're digging deep in a Mystcraft age, or you have a Mystcraft age generate that's like skyblock, you can die in the void and like lose all your stuff. So keep that in mind. So this is powered using any fuel you have in your inventory, or if you have a Klein star that has EMC in it, and it has priority for the Klein star. And I have a second Klein star here. So in the last episode I just had one, but I made a second one because basically these are like batteries, and I want to be able to just go do stuff and come back, and I can drop off one that's like low on charge and let it charge up, and then replace it immediately with one that's fully charged, and I can just get back into things instead of having to wait for it to charge up. And Klein stars cost 8 Mobius fuel and 1 diamond, I believe. So they're not like they're not impossible to get earlier on in the game. It's pretty easy to get them, especially if you just have a regular energy collector and you throw charcoal at it. It will get you Mobius fuel in no time. What I did here though, there are other changes. So there's Mark II energy collectors, which have the black tops. They have the black top because you craft them using dark matter, 1 piece of dark matter above a Mark I energy collector. surrounded by glowstone blocks. And these go about 4 times faster than the Mark 1s. And that makes a huge difference if you're trying to recharge something, or just, you know, make progress in getting Eternalist fuel from more EE2 stuff later on. And after I upgraded 2 of them to those, I made 2 more Mark 1s because, well, I had loads of charcoal, which I don't have right now because I was doing stuff with it. And I actually used most of the charcoal to craft the Eternalist fuel for making that second, no, not Klein Star, for making the second Mark II energy collector. Because Eternalist fuel is not cheap. And it takes ages to get if you're using just these. You need 8 Eternalist fuel to craft a dark matter, and 8 Eternalist fuel is 32 Mobius fuel, and that's literally half a stack of charcoal going all the way up to that. That takes ages in one of these. So, yeah, but anyway, so I had loads of charcoal in here and stuff getting upgraded. Can't remember where I was going with that point, but either way. I probably moved some stuff around if I didn't cover that in the last episode. I moved some things around to make room for stuff. And trying to think what else I covered. Oh, this guy. So, teleport tether. The last episode that I uploaded, I think I left it off without like without having finished deciding what I was going to do regarding like keeping things chunk loaded and having things in this dimension for Equivalence Exchange 2 and Thaumcraft 2, having a different dimension in Mystcraft for Industrial Craft and so on. All of that would be really nice if it actually could remain loaded with things like this, which is this one here is a teleport tether item. And I'm pretty sure I covered it in the last episode, but it's basically a cheap version, very cheap version of a chunk loader. It keeps 3x3 area loaded. You hit F9, you see the area that's all loaded at all times, as long as you're in that age. If you leave the age, it all unloads, and it's pointless. And that's the downside. So, I left off last episode discussing some ideas I had for what I'm going to do to kind of get around the limitations that Mystcraft has with keeping things loaded. And I'm pretty sure that, well, since I already recorded most of this episode and then like did a bunch of stuff afterward and whatnot, I'll just let you guys know. I ended up deciding on I'll just start heading this way and I'll explain. So I ended up deciding on going to the overworld and having a bunch of that stuff basically at my base here. And I'm gonna fly over this way because last time I wrapped up the episode, it was to I basically had kept saying I was going to show you guys mining with the destruction catalyst, and I never got around to it, so that's what I'm doing now. Turn those on. But yeah, so basically I want to have the Thaumcraft stuff loaded when I'm going and doing other things, so that I can use the 50% increase in my smelting output from that furnace. I also want to have it stay loaded so that I can get the research in the Kaisatoms a little bit farther, even though it does require like constant upkeep from me because it's so fast. I still think it could get a little bit more progress if I... Wow, that's kind of loud. A little bit more progress if I have it in the overworld with chunk loading set up. And more importantly though, all of the stuff in the Dense Ores Age, or Industrial Craft, or Railcraft, or whatever, I really like that age, but I want to be able to use Industrial Craft or whatever with things like logistics pipes, which are kind of incompatible in some ways with Mystcraft. And teleport, or what am I thinking? Teleport pipes or whatever else, because the age unloads when you go to a different age, anything you have in it, including like teleport pipes, doesn't really work to my knowledge. So that is something to, oh, this, you can't even really see it at night unless I go really high. It's gonna get loud for a moment. So yeah, last episode I showed this place. This is a really high oil spring. And this is where I settled on having my industrial craft set up eventually and buildcraft stuff, because buildcraft uses the oil to make fuel, and I don't really need fuel. I've got a lot of nice things from other mods, but if I want to explore a bit more in the buildcraft side of things and compatibilities that has with other mods from the tech area, it would be nice to have access to such a big oil spring. Super volcano over this way for anyone who wasn't here last episode. And I found another super volcano in between the missing episode and this one I'm recording right now. And you'll see that one later in the next episode I upload. But yeah, this is a very big volcano. I won't go any higher than 94 on the Y, because that's when the wind starts up and it's really annoying. Just way too loud. But the reason that I'm over here, beyond scouting out crystals like this one over here, I'm not even going to collect it because I wasted too much time doing that the last time I was in this area. And I'm not even going to be saving any of this world progress. Because I'm basically just demonstrating kind of some of the stuff that I went over, summarizing it for you guys. Alright, but yeah, the volcano there is where I'm thinking of setting up some red power stuff, and just like to be a little thematic about it, because red power volcanoes came from, the volcanoes come from the red power mod, and even though they aren't like really that special, I'm pretty sure you can use some things from red power to take advantage of all the lava that they've got. So that'll be something I might explore later on. Right now I'm trying to scout for a big ravine that I stumbled across the last time I was over here, and that's where I started mining in the episode that's missing. So I went higher, sorry if it gets noisy. Yeah, so I'll find the ravine eventually, but basically my hope for this re-recording, I guess, of this episode is to show you guys some of the neat things that I found when I was doing the mining with the destruction catalyst, and of course to show off the destruction catalyst, because that's a pretty cool mining tool. Let's see. Pretty sure I didn't go way over this way, or I would have remembered these hills. Ah, that might be it. No, that's, well, no. That's not a ravine. But it's in this general area. I'll find it. Let's just enjoy the scenery in the meantime. But yeah, there's a couple surprises. If I can't find this ravine, I'll make sure to revisit them. But in the meantime, wow, I'm having a hard time finding this thing. Oh, I think I know why. I was a little bit off on my coordinates. I thought home was more that way, so let's see what we can find. There's a big ravine, but I'm pretty sure that's not the one. Yeah, that's not it. Oh, that's a pretty cool one. It's got like a land bridge over the top. There's another V crystal up in that hill. I'm not going to touch it. cave. More V crystal. Wow, those look pretty bright sometimes. I had to double check, make sure it wasn't lava. That's not it. Sorry for wasting some of your time, guys. I'm certain I can find it if I spend more time on it, but I'm kind of thinking that if I don't find it soon, that I'm just going to show you the destruction catalyst somewhere else. Because this is taking quite a while. I'm really surprised that I haven't found it yet. I must have gone really far out of my way. Okay, I'm gonna go higher even though it's gonna get a little loud. Give me a better view of the area. And so the super volcano is right over here. And I went past it for sure. But I must have like rounded, like doubled back a bit and started heading back towards home. So I'm gonna scout from here. I should be able to find it pretty quickly then. Because I don't think it was very far from the super volcano. That might be it over here. It is. Cool. If it's not, well, I'll just make do then. I think this is it. Fingers crossed. Okay. Lava. Check. Yep, this is the one. There was a cave of, or a pool of water there. And a V crystal up here. Awesome. So, let's see if I can remember where I did my digging. Because the entire, like, all of the mining and everything was based off of that start location. It might have been right here. So let's give this a try. So the destruction catalyst also uses the EMC. It uses about 1,000 EMC, and since I was flying so much, it's down to 43,000. And I don't know how much it takes to get back to base, but since I'm not actually going to be saving this world after this episode, I'm just going to use up however much EMC I want to right now. And show you guys how this works. So I'm also going to move some things out of my inventory that I don't really need right now. Probably going to keep the sword just in case. Diamond pickaxe and shovel are good. Axe I don't need. Crafting tables. I do need to make a chest, so I'm keeping one of the crafting tables here. But the destruction catalyst works like this. Right click, and it blows a hole in the wall. And then you get spooky noises and stuff. I don't remember that being there. Maybe I'm a little bit off. I might have started here last time, but whatever, it'll be close enough. Alright, so first thing first, I'm going to make myself a couple of chests because we get a lot of stone, and not being able to drop all of that off makes for a bit of an annoying mining trip. We also got a couple of emeralds from that first fire, which is it's always nice. Actually, based on where these emeralds are and how big the vein is, I thought I might have been able to figure out how much I was off from the last mining trip here, because I found a deposit of like 8 emeralds pretty early on and a cinnabar ore, but doesn't seem like that's the case this time. Alright, so I don't care about that being there right now. I'm going to close this off just to get some peace, I guess. And what I did when I was doing some mining with the destruction catalyst in between some earlier episodes, I'm gonna just hold on to this chest until I actually need it, because it's a hassle to go up all the stairs later. But basically what I ended up doing was making a couple blocks deep hole here, and then using the destruction catalyst on this lower one to make it a 3x3 channel here that basically removes all of the surface that things can spawn on, so that I can just keep kind of digging down in a staircase fashion every 3 blocks. You'll see what I mean. And then throwing a torch behind. And it basically makes it really easy and really quick to get a lot of mining done. All the way down to bedrock. And as long as you throw one torch here, the whole area is lit on each of those 3 block high sections, so you don't have to worry about anything spawning while you're continuing mining elsewhere. Alright, so throw a torch, destruction catalyst, keep going. So each time I use the destruction catalyst, like I said, it's about 1,000 off of that. So I can do it another 38 times, which is actually quite a lot once we're down near bedrock. And I'm definitely not lined up with where I was last time, because last time I didn't run into this. But I did run into some lava, and I'm sure that I'll find the cave system that I found last time if I keep digging in this area. But you see here we have so many things already, and anything neat that shows up on the walls, just mine off before digging down a little bit further. Haven't found anything really that great yet. Gravel and sand or whatever that falls with gravity, kind of a hassle when you're using the destruction catalyst. I mean, it's not like a big deal, whoops, but it does just keep falling until you get up to that point, and then you just like leave it there on one of the steps you're building. And so it just doesn't behave well with the destruction catalyst like the other stuff does. Oh. Was that my torch? That was my torch. Thank goodness I can fly faster. Okay, so what's over here? Just nothing. Okay. Yeah, this is definitely a little bit off from where it was last time. Must have been lower when I started. I don't know. But either way, I'll show you guys how this plays out, and hopefully run back into that same cave system as last time. So this is going to be a little bit of a nuisance here, but with my handy light, you just like block the whole thing off. I don't know where all the source blocks are, so I'm just kind of wildly guessing. It's not like I have a shortage of cobblestone anytime soon. But this is kind of putting a damper on my mining. That still wasn't all. Wow. Okay. I'm actually going to break from that pattern earlier and throw some torches up here too. But breaking from that pattern meaning sticking digging further than 2 down so that I don't remove the blocks that I just placed and reopen that water. Still might do it by accident, but we'll see. That worked. Cool. Alright, so I'm at Y20, and since this isn't a Mystcraft age, I'm not really concerned about... Whoa. That means I don't have room in my inventory. But since this isn't a Mystcraft age, I'm not really concerned about hitting the y=1 layer and breaking through into the void by accident and then dying. That absolutely does happen in some Mystcraft ages. Some of them do have bedrock, some don't. And some of them have it occasionally, but not like through the whole bottom layer. So that's something to be aware of. Alright, so I'm gonna throw some chests up here at Y19. Okay. And drop off like all of the stuff here. And I don't need sticks right now, so sure. And it would be wise to put some water down. Or even just to have it more accessible, rather. Okay. So, got some uranium. Actually, I'm just going to throw the uranium and emerald directly in my inventory. Cinnabar ore also. Maybe flint if I have room. I keep forgetting that I'm not going to save this progress, but whatever. Alright. So I'll continue with that pattern until I get down to, like, bedrock, basically, and then I'll come back up and do some mining nearby at, like, diamond layer. Still have, like, 34 shots. Nickelite. Tin, rubies, and copper. And tin. No diamonds yet, but I'll make some room in my inventory. Whoops. By moving those. And I guess I already have a stack of lapis here, so forget that idea. Yeah, I don't know if this is going to play out very well without being lined up with where I did it last time. Fingers crossed it does. Ooh, E crystals. So that was something that I spent a lot of time on in the mining episode that went missing. Because I just kept, once we got to a cave system like this, I just kept scouring the caves with my handy Swiftwolf's Renegale so I could fly around them. And collecting bee crystals. And I'll actually explain a little bit more on some of that flying through cave systems. I'll explain some more of that in the next episode, because between the mining one and this recording here, I did more mining in the most up-to-date world, and found some other things that took a lot of my time and I think would be worth mentioning. Because the Swiftwolf's Renegale ring makes some things a lot easier, of course, but more possible maybe? I don't know. I'll get to it in the next episode, so I don't want to keep talking about it and just being vague. It's difficult for me to do that without actually discussing it. I don't want to get into all of that right now. Okay. Construction. Okay. Redstone. Do I have diamonds yet? No diamonds. Okay. Whoops, no. Jeez. Okay. And we're at Y8. Okay, so I'm going to drop this off. Sure. Dig down a little bit more. Oops. And I misclicked. So, but there's lava. So I do need to be careful about that. And I forget which version of Minecraft fixes the, like, these aren't source blocks, but they still keep all of the lava around, even when their source blocks attached to them are removed. I don't remember which version removes that feature, or bug, or whatever, but I definitely miss it in this older version. Uranium, I'll get the next shot. But what I was showing is, because I misclicked, it didn't dig down enough layers, so I'm replacing this block and doing the next one. So down to Y5, and silly me. Yes. I need to do that all over again. Okay. Alright, so this whole staircase, and it would be even more impressive if I didn't have a big water area right above that part of the staircase, but it is really, really convenient to be able to dig this quickly. I was starting at Y39, so there's that, but still being able to dig this easily all the way down sorry, to the bedrock layer. It's quite something. And because it doesn't break the obsidian, or bedrock rather, I always get these mixed up here because they're both black in this texture pack, but because it doesn't break those, I'm going to actually try digging a little bit further down with the destruction catalyst here and reopening that lava. So I don't know where, there it is, the little pokeball of drops that they use to reduce lag. So uranium. Alright, so I'm going to drop all this stuff off that I don't want up here. Yeah, having such a big corridor makes it so much easier to fly out. I could, of course, just like hover and dig straight down with the destruction catalyst and then go from there. I just thought of that actually, and that would be really, really fast and still safe because I'm flying and I'm above anything that might show up, like lava. But it's not what I did here, so there's that. Alright. So, Y14 is good enough. I'm pretty sure that's the level that I was doing the mining at last time. So I'm going to check out, I wish I could think of where I actually started mining. Oh, I think that I was mining in that direction last time. Somehow. I'm gonna break back out of here and take a look. And of course it's nighttime, so I need to be careful not to get hit by a drop bear or something. No, I wasn't digging that way. I was definitely digging this way. Huh. And I wasn't on this side. And I wasn't getting marble. I'm almost certain I did it like right around here. But whatever. It is what it is. Might have been on this side even. Like right there maybe. But could have swore it was over here. Anyway. Either way, let's keep going. So at Y14, I think that was roughly where I was digging before. I'm going to just basically try what I did last time and dig over this way and see what I find. And I think, sure, I could just go up there and like explore the cave system that I found. Crystals, yeah. But I don't really feel like doing that right now. Water bucket, right. Fingers crossed that this is the right cave system. That's not a cave system. Well, maybe it is. It's definitely not the right one. But there's a V crystal over there. Oh, wait, no, that's the torchlight. Okay, so the good news is that using this one, rather, I can just keep digging and see what I find. I think I know where I am now. Pretty sure. So if I go this way... No, still off. There was a lava pool that had like openings up there, and I'm pretty sure this is the right one. But I might just be like off as far as where I dug from that lava pool. It might have been a little bit further this way. But either way, I'm going to protect my area and did not think about where it might go. Don't want to remove all the torches. Okay. Right, so let's see if... It would be... this way. Yep. This is the right area. That is a monster spawner. And if I'm not mistaken, it's a zombie spawner. But it might be the spider one. I found two dungeons last time that I was doing this. So, first thing first, let's move this over a little bit and dig up. But I'm going to decrease how much this is digging. Cave system, check. Okay. Yeah. Cool. So this one, pretty sure is the skeleton spawner, and directly above it is the ravine. So let's take a look at that. Yep. Skeleton, Oh, zombie. Derp. I was saying skeleton. But I was thinking zombie. Cool, so the drops are exactly the same. The dungeon loot did not change at all. Thaumium ingot in this one. Yeah, and this uncommon eldritch artifact. And the other one has like 2 more saddles, I think. Or maybe I'm thinking of the other dungeon it's altogether. But there are more tarnished chalices, more ancient pottery. Thaumium ingot's really good though. There's steel in one of the next chests that I'll find. There's definitely more saddles. Let me drop off some things in my alchemy bag and then I'll have more room to pick things up. I don't need coal. In fact, these. Right, so I'm going to organize these. The discs here, 4th boot disc, that's, for anyone unfamiliar, that's part of Red Power 2, which has a whole bunch of computer related stuff, which you can actually see right up here. Red Power, well there's logic stuff, which are just like the flat things like the timer that I've used for the cobblestone generators. But there's also, might be down here? Tools, wiring, world. No. Control? Back, yeah, control. So these are all Red Power 2 related computer things. And you can use that to basically control your, not blue wire, your logic stuff. Like you use your red alloy wire or logic gates or things like that to basically interact with your computer and other things like your light blocks or your whatever you want to turn on or off or monitor even, because you can read signals too. So you could make like a password protected entryway or something using the computer, and like they need to flip the right switches in the right combination or something like that. Then you would send output signals to the right things to like turn on all your lights and open a piston powered doorway. So really neat stuff. Right, so I'm going to just grab these and the saddle, and I don't need the 4th boot discs because the recipe for them is just blank floppy and redstone, which is just wood planks and iron and redstone then. So really not worth it, and I don't need redstone in my inventory. Since I'm not really actually keeping any of these things at the end of this episode, I'm just going to like grab the nice loot and drop off the things I don't really care about. So thaumium ingot's really good, meaning that in order to make thaumium ingot you need to use an entire V crystal or other type of crystal, except for a depleted or taint crystal. And they all require some kind of ingot from other mods even. But 1 V crystal each is pretty pricey, so any that I can get, I will keep. So ancient pottery. So yeah, only 1 other saddle in this one. That must mean the steel is in the other dungeon. I don't know if I'll find the other dungeon unless I find the cave system again. But I should be able to find it. I'm in the right area. And sure, I'll grab a bucket. Right. So, skeletons. Caves here. Yep, there's loads of V crystals in this cave system, by the way. So, that's... I spent a lot of time in the episode just like jumping around from V crystal to V crystal collecting them. And it was definitely worth it. because even though I have in my alchemy bag right now this many, I got like, I think I have like double now in the latest world. I don't think there's much of use over here. No, there's just some rubies on the wall. Alright, so I think up here, it wasn't over this way, I don't think. But I will put a torch here to remember that I was up here. V crystals, all over the place. And another one, nice. Yeah. And I spent a lot of time also mining out the gold ore, because gold ore is like, it usually comes in deposits of like definitely more than 2, and each one of the gold ore blocks, when you're using the macerator and the arcane furnace or whatever it is, they together basically triple the number of ore blocks when you're converting them to ingots. So when you find like 7 gold ore in one deposit, that becomes 21 gold ingot, and you then use the philosopher's stone on the 21 gold ingot. Every 4 of them turns into a diamond. So that deposit, single deposit of gold, gave you 5 diamonds. And that's pretty awesome. Because I don't even think you can, well, you can get deposits of diamonds that big, but I think it's pretty uncommon. Alright, yeah, nothing useful over here except 2 tungsten ore here. Tungsten, by the way, has no use except for a very high EMC value. I think they were planning on possibly using it for more than that, but they didn't, so yeah, it's just in here in this older version. And if I were using like the what's it called? Oh my god, you've got to be kidding me. No, it's still unpeaceful from when I was, what was I trying to do? I was in the void? Yeah, a Mystcraft age with a void symbol, because I was trying to build something neat in a future episode. And even though I'm playing an older save, it still used the difficulty change. The reason I changed it to peaceful was because I was falling under the void when I tried to use what's called the crystal wing. And I'll explain that more in the next episode. But it spawned me underneath Y0. So as you can imagine, I started dying instantly. And I tried to save myself, but was too slow. So you'll see I'm level 33 right now. That'll get reset in the next save, or the more modern save. So that's quite unfortunate. But peaceful was an attempt to get myself a little bit of time so that I could go into NEI and change to cheat mode and then turn on creative, but that's not quick enough to save you when you're below Y0. So, yeah. Pretty sure I follow this water and go to the left here and find up here. Oh. Well, no, it was over here. It was somewhere over here. I heard a bunch of spiders. Maybe it's up here. Because, like, I see a bunch of red marks on the minimap, but I don't remember it being way up here. Oh, wait, yeah, it was. Okay. So, let's give this a try. I could be misremembering. It's definitely near... It's on this side, somewhere. was pretty sure it was over here though, so let's check. It'd help if they were spawning, but they're not yet. 16 shots. Well, it's actually more than 16 because I lowered how many blocks are broken, and it's not like a fixed amount each time you fire it. It's based on how many are broken, regardless of what type they are. So, I should be able to do it a lot more. Maybe it was over this way. I think it was. Oh, yeah, it is. It's right up here. Yep. Hey guys. Nice. So glad I found it. Cool. So let's see. It should have the same loot also. And they're big spiders, not like cave spiders, so that's good. They do have different textures though. And that's a part of the texture pack. I wonder, can I get close enough to turn that off without going in? Maybe. Not that I'm like worried because I'm in full diamond and they're spiders, but whatever. Okay. Now this should have a couple steel, 8 steel actually, more saddles, 3 saddles, and creosote bottles, which I don't need to grab creosote bottles, and another bucket. And since buckets don't stack, I didn't pick it up. But the steel ingot, because, well, I don't need to make 2 minecarts either, but the steel ingot I'm keeping because 8 steel, like, I can just make a diamond borehead with diamond, or, well, whatever. I can make like a diamond borehead with the steel without actually needing to make something to make the steel, because to make it, you use the blast furnace on iron ingot. And the blast furnace requires you to go to the nether. No, wait, yeah, it was there. It was just very dark. Blast furnace brick requires you to have nether brick and soul sand and magma cream, which, using the blaze powder from Equivalent Exchange 2, you can easily get it. Slime balls you can easily get from moke creatures, jellyfish. So this isn't really a difficult part to obtain, but the nether brick and soul sand, nether brick is a little bit more difficult. Because, well, I mean, you can use a compressor on netherrack, so really it takes a little bit more infrastructure. And actually going to the nether, which is a lot more dangerous in this mod pack than in vanilla Minecraft pack in this 1.2.5 version. But anyway, so I found 2 dungeons, and I got to show you guys some of the loot and explain some of the things. And I explained some of the plan for moving things around between episodes. And I didn't find another werewolf in here, or enderman, but they were here last time I did the mining trip, so I got some more right, there's diamond here. So I got more ender pearls from that, and what else? I think that really was the main stuff in this episode. A lot of mining, a lot of nice loot, loads of V crystals, and ruining the world above because I took every crystal I saw. Don't do that unless you're like somewhere away from your stuff, because it will have a negative effect. But I think that covered like all the stuff that I wanted to show in this episode. And I gotta say, this destruction catalyst, so cool, it's so useful. and I'm really gonna miss it in future versions of Minecraft. This is one of the main reasons why these two rings, well, this is a catalyst and this is a ring. This might be a ring, but either way, these two items are a big part of why I wanted to play this mod pack, because later versions of Minecraft have later versions of equivalent exchange, or they don't have equivalent exchange at all, and they don't have the nice mid to late game power items that equivalent exchange has, because they went more for balance and less for game breaking stuff. But if you apply some if you apply your own limits to the equivalent exchange mod and what it provides, and you like don't allow yourself to progress too fast, then when you actually earn these things and get to use them, it feels very rewarding, and you can finally achieve a lot of things that you've been wanting to in the world, but it still gave you a lot of time and incentive to use other mods to get a lot taken care of up to that point. So let's see, 15 left. Let's see what I can find with 15 shots, full charge, and then we'll wrap up the episode, and I will move on to the most recent save and show you guys all of the big changes. So I didn't go this way last time, so I'm going to do that. Oh no. That might have been a mistake. I also should drop things off in the chest. I can keep that, I can keep that. I'll drop these off in my alchemy bag. Alchemy bag. There. And I don't need to eat, but I'm going to. Alright, feels bad losing some V crystals, but I'm not keeping the save anyway, so it's okay. Sure. I know there's nothing worth taking there, so I'm gonna skip a couple, go this way. No diamonds, no diamonds. Oh, that was me trying to close this off. This water source. So this way then. Any diamonds? No diamonds. I will put some stuff in my bag. There. Let's do it again. I'm basically carving the equivalent of what they... Oh my god. Oh, it's not the same one. I'm basically carving the equivalent of the mine shafts that Minecraft puts in the game. 3x3 areas at weird angles. So that's an interesting way of thinking about it, I think. Still no diamonds. And a lot of junk. Nine left. Yeah, I also saw this part of the cave system. I must have explored like the whole area. Still no diamonds though. Alright. And really you can just keep on going until you hit like a lava area or something. I wish I could like throw all of it out in one go, but whatever. Yeah, I don't know if there's really any... It would take me a while to like sift through all that and repeatedly empty it just to use 6 more shots. So let's see. I'm gonna dig out of here. Wow, that was a lot farther underground than I thought. Oh my god, that's so cool. So I hit that water area and it's still down there, but it hasn't reached the bottom yet because there's still light. Maybe it did. Oh, yeah, it did. Cool. But being able to fly up these shafts is just so cool. Alright, nice. Yeah, so it's that easy. And I'm just going to use 2 more shots somewhere else and dig straight down because I'm not afraid of doing that now. And you see here, that's a regular V crystal, and then there's blue V crystals, the aqueous ones, and there's, oh my god, there's even more. There's more regular V crystals, and there's tank crystals, all in 2 shots. Oh my god. So this thing is super good for finding V crystals, or really anything, but yeah, I am definitely enjoying this. And that Kleinstall is empty. So it's really just running off of a little bit of charge it has, or it might be burning redstone. It should be able to burn the nickelite. Let's keep an eye on it and just see before the episode ends. Maybe uranium too, because it's considered a fuel, but I doubt it. So there's coal, there's redstone, and there's nickelite that would all get burned. There's 63, 4, and 8. 63, 4. Okay, so it's burning the coal first at EMC 128. Skipping the redstone. I wonder if it's going to use it at any point. And I should be able to use the destruction catalyst even though the Kleinstall is empty, because I have fuel. So let's see what happens, how much fuel it uses when I use the destruction catalyst. Digging straight down, like right over here. There might be caves or something, but I don't know. So we've got 63, 4, and it's going to be like 4 by the time I fire. Alright, so I took all of the redstone and the 4 coal, but it didn't use the uranium or nickelite. Okay, so now we know. Can't fly out of here, so that's something to keep an eye on if you want to get away, not get trapped in a pit. Alright guys, that's it for this episode. Next episode you'll see a lot of changes, and we'll actually continue on the latest version of this world. So take care.